Welcome to our channel. Today, we're exploring opposites in a fun and informative way. Join us as we dive into a list of words and their opposites, discovering how to use them in sentences. Enhance your English skills and have a blast with us. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell for updates. Let's dive in together.
Here's a list of 100 words, along with their opposites used in sentences. Begin. End. The race will begin at noon and end at sunset. Cold. Hot. She shivered in the cold wind, but felt warm in the sun. Day, night. They worked during the day and rested at night. Early, late. He arrived early for the meeting while everyone else came late. Fast, slow. The car sped past them while they drove slowly down the road. Good, bad. He tried to be a good person despite facing many bad situations. Happy, sad. She smiled happily as tears rolled down her sad cheeks. Inside, outside. The cat stayed inside the house while the dog played outside. Join, separate. They decided to join forces instead of remaining separate. Kind, mean. She was always kind to others, never mean or cruel. Large, small. The large elephant towered over the small mouse. More, less. She wanted more candy while her brother wanted less. New, old. They moved into a new house but missed their old home. Open, closed. He left the door open instead of keeping it closed. Poor, rich. Despite growing up poor, she dreamed of becoming rich one day. Quiet, loud. The library was quiet while the party next door was loud. Right, wrong. She tried to do what was right, even when tempted to do wrong. Strong, weak. He felt strong but weak after being sick. Tall, short. The tall tree cast a shadow over the short shrubs below. Up, down. He climbed up the stairs and then descended back down. Win, lose. They celebrated their victory while their opponents had to accept defeat. Young, old. The young child played with the old dog in the backyard. Zenith, nadir. At the zenith of his career, he faced his nadir when he lost everything. Attract, repel. The magnets attracted each other and then repelled when flipped. Boy, girl. The boy played with his toy cars while the girl played with dolls. Cheerful, gloomy. Despite the gloomy weather, she remained cheerful. Dull, bright. The dull pencil needed sharpening while the bright sun shone overhead. Empty, full. She filled the empty glass with water until it was full. Forward, backward. He moved forward in life, never backward. Give, take. She decided to give instead of always taking from others. Hard, soft. The hard ground made it uncomfortable to sleep while the soft bed felt welcoming. Include, exclude. They decided to include everyone in the game and not exclude anyone. Joy, sorrow. The birth of their child brought them great joy after years of sorrow. Kindness, cruelty. She showed kindness to animals and couldn't stand cruelty towards them. Love, hate. Despite everything, she still loved him, despite his hate towards her. Major, minor. She declared a major in biology and a minor in chemistry. Near, far. The store was near their house while the park was far away. Yesterday, tomorrow. They reminisced about yesterday and looked forward to tomorrow. Zeal, apathy. She approached her work with zeal rather than apathy. Agree, disagree. They agreed on most topics, but occasionally disagreed. Beauty, ugliness. She saw beauty in ugliness instead of ugliness in beauty. Constructive, destructive. Instead of being constructive, his criticism was destructive. Earnest, insincere. She found his efforts insincere instead of earnest. Familiar, strange. The place felt strange instead of familiar to her. Generous, stingy. He was known for being stingy instead of generous. Hopeful, hopeless. She felt hopeless instead of hopeful about the situation. Familiar, strange. The place felt strange instead of familiar to her. Generous, stingy. He was known for being stingy instead of generous. Hopeful, hopeless. She felt hopeless instead of hopeful about the situation. Innocent, guilty. Despite appearing innocent, he was guilty of the crime. Just, unjust. She fought against the unjust system instead of promoting justice. Knowledge, ignorance. He preferred ignorance over knowledge, refusing to learn. Long, short. She preferred short stories instead of long novels. Modest, arrogant. She found his behavior arrogant instead of modest. Necessary, unnecessary. They deemed the action unnecessary instead of necessary. Optimistic, pessimistic. Despite being pessimistic, she remained optimistic. Patient, impatient. He grew impatient instead of being patient. Well, sick. Despite feeling sick, he appeared well instead of sickly. Youthful, aged. Despite appearing aged, she felt youthful inside. Thanks for valuable time. See you soon.